Hello, my name is Charlie and welcome back for another episode of Anbennar in EU4 as Zurkanrek. In previous episode, the rest of the Federation decided to be became united. And we are, of course, now kind of outside the Federation, but yet still we have a lot of the modifiers going on, connected to the Federation. So I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen, but let's just unpause, shall we? So I have a feeling that they are still going to be reducing the army size a little bit. Yeah, it's still going down, so they will be weaker than what we are. Now, I did also spend a little bit of money already between the episodes here. I queued up a bit more buildings, including some soldier households and some manufactories. And then a few ships are also being built now. Nothing massive, but just a little bit. And I believe yes, the galleys did go to repair now. Good. So those are at least repaired. I did also set up some of the states that we have over here to be actual states and not just territories. Same goes for this area, although I suppose there's going to be a lot of provinces that need to be actually accord first over here. We do have a decent bit of governing capacity still available, about 120. Although I did spend a lot of the government reform points to actually increase that, so otherwise we probably would not have had a lot of extra. And I think at this stage we are going to try to start reducing the... Oh, fleet returns. Ooh, successfully fought the pirates. Well, that's quite nice. Still got a little bit of overextension, but it's at least going down. And we can continue with the maritime ideas. I kind of want to complete this idea group as soon as possible. Partially because that is going to give the ships can repair while when in coastal sea zones, which is incidentally a lot of the areas here in the Lake Federation, or around the Lake Federation. And that is going to save us a lot of problems in the future. Because the fleets can just go repair on their own quite quickly, but we've got a lot of money again. So let's go ahead and build something more. I do wonder... So I don't think... wait, no. The cathedrals. We would probably build a few of these. At least upgrade the ones that we already have. Not that we necessarily need them too badly, but, you know, it probably doesn't hurt too much, considering that this lot has already been used. Then maybe a fort or two could be upgraded as well. We'll probably need to put a fort over here somewhere. Is that would be a fort, so that would probably be a pretty decent location for a fort, actually. August minorities demand representation. We can probably make some concessions. I don't want to lose too much admin points right now, but at the same time I don't want to make them too upset either. Production stifled. So that would be for 10 years minus 10% production efficiency, or 1 inflation. We can probably take the inflation. We've got still okay reduction. It's 0.2% per year. So it is going to take more than 10 years to reduce all of this, but I think we can still manage that. Now, one thing that I suppose I could do is get another mission from the estates. Let's see, artificers want us to own... Gabor. Where's that? Oh. Right, well that's not going to happen. The adventurers want some autonomy somewhere, and mages want me to own another province down this... Oh, right, we don't even know that province yet. I suppose the adventurer is probably going to be the easiest one. So we're just going to increase the autonomy there a little bit. It will reduce over time regardless. So that's going to be an easy mission done. And then we can see some more land, because we got all the loyalties up high enough for that. And there we go. We got 97 or 94.7% of the lands owned by the crown. At least we got a pretty good areas there. We could probably build a few more manufactories in the meanwhile. Seems like it might be a worthwhile effort there. Maybe that one. So I did actually realize that we are the leading trader, or one of the leading traders, of ivory. Which does give us a decent bit of a diplomatic reputation, actually. Now that is a pleasant surprise. I suppose another thing that we could be doing is building a bit more troops. We got the 10,000 man army over there, but we could already have another 20,000 men in that, so we'll slowly get that into another proper full army. We've got a bit of a fleet over here, which, to be fair, could probably be hunting some pirates. I'm going to do that in the Blue Sea. Do we actually have a merchant there? We do not. Of course, all of it is going down this way anyway, which, to be fair, we don't get a lot from. Eventually, once we destroy the Federation, which, how large is the army now? It's down to 145,000. And we've got, let's see, 2 armies there. We've got another army over here that could be probably moved about. Let's just give it a bit of a rebel suppression order right now to keep this area under control. But that army can be used, that can be used, that can be used. That's going to be another 30,000, so that would already be 150,000. Plus we've got one over here, which is already doing the rebel suppression. And then we've got at least one over here. So that would be a total of 230,000. So yeah, that is all the armies. But we can probably do a war against the Federation soon-ish. Although we got a truce with them for another 4 years. But there we go, we got a lot of course completed. Now we just need to get some of these provinces over here made into proper portion, all parts of the states. And then we'll be fine in that regard as well. Let's do a bit more conversion. We got pretty good, since we got the Inquisitor Advisor, we get a plus 2% on the conversion speed. Which means that we are going to be converting a lot of the areas fairly quickly. Now, admittedly, the Kaling Worshippers are now only level 1. Because there's not a lot of nations following the religion anymore. Largely thanks to the fact that the Federation is combined all into one. Oh, mission fulfilled. Build a treasury. Oh, actually, inflation reduction for 25 years. I don't mind that one bit. Then we can build some manufacturing. That's gonna 11,000. Okay, I'll take that. Imperial Conquest. We've done that as well. So less separatism. So these are just the generic missions that are in vanilla as well, I believe. Partially, at least. I suppose we've got a bit of money now, so how about... can we build... So we can build one of these in here. That would be the... Trade steering. Sailor and manpower. Army tradition. Great value modifier. Naval force limit. There we go. So that's gonna give us a bit more army tradition. Which, to be fair, for us, is probably not too bad. Well, it's about 49. And it's going down. So yeah, getting a bit of extra certainly wouldn't hurt. Our navy tradition, on the other hand, is 90. And it's still going up. Oh boy. Now that's pretty decent. We do have a bit of a fleet over here. I suppose we don't necessarily need at least one of these transports that we have here. Get rid of that one. And then the galleys. I mean, we got a lot of these galleys. We could probably separate the galleys into their own fleet by now. But then also, where did we... First of all, let's combine that. We've got the 20... No, this is the 15 light ships. Where did we bring in... That's galleys. I know that we got heavy ships somewhere. Moving about, or probably not moving about, let's be honest. Oh, there's 4 of them. Oh, we've captured a war galleon. From someone else. Oh, wait, no, we inherited this, didn't we? Right, so that's another 10 transports. We actually don't need these ones. Although we just paid for the upgrade, but oh well. It's not the end of the world. Is there any good workshop locations, by the way? There is quite a few that are relatively good. At least a few of them. We're also gonna get the Paradox Keep over here in the mountains soon-ish done. But then we won't have any more areas to... Oh, Damestar deposit dwindling. Oh no. Goods produced modifier minus 50%. Well, Dim's tier, isn't it? But anyway, that is dwindling. We are not far off from getting the second to last maritime idea. Which does reduce the admiral cost. We don't actually have an admiral right now, do we? No, we do not. Oh no. Kill them all. So there's some attacks happening over here. We are going to be dealing with them soon enough. I'm sure that this will be mostly okay. And there we go. We can complete the coring of areas for the time being. We've still got a lot of money though. So how about we build... Oh, let's get the idea first. Not that it necessarily has an impact on this. Is there any more? There are still some buildings that we can do. Especially down there, but I suppose there's other areas as well. that might be missing some... Oh yeah, we've got a few of these missing the supply limit. But those will be now built. Or actually, I think those are instant, aren't they? Yes. Yes, they are. Well, that's at least a few things there. Then I suppose the trade depots... Well, that could be getting a little bit of upgrades there. I'm pretty sure that there's probably some pretty good places in here that we've not really built up. That seems a bit of a rubbish run, to be fair. But getting more trade power certainly wouldn't hurt. Okay, that would be 9.5 over there, so that's probably not the worst, although there's not a lot of build slots. Oh, actually, one thing that we should probably do more, because we know that Enlightenment is going to be the next institution, is just build some more universities. Also start building up the sort of quarters in here. Also, it's going to be taking a lot of money to build all of these, but once they're built, that's going to reduce the development cost in here quite a bit, which will, of course, allow us to develop our stuff a lot further. Right, that's pretty much all the cash that we had. But there we go, that's going to be about a few universities. Now, luckily, all of those will be done within a year. So after that, it's not too much to worry about, really. And this one's going to be colonized in a month or so. There we go. It's been colonized. Goblin minority. I suppose we can let the goblins in. We've been doing that for a while already. Okay, so we've got a few heavy ships in here. Where did we have the other heavy ship fleet? Oh, it is down here. Okay, well, let's just send it down that way to combine with the heavy fleet over here. Right, the shared granaries has expired, of course. We can't do that anymore because the assembly house and such are no longer things that we can do. Adventurers Hamper Thieves Guild. Alright then, so one of the bad modifiers in some of the provinces, or one of the provinces at least, has been taken care of, but of course those are not listed in here with these, because we know that this area, for example, has a lot of adventures wanted, but nothing is visible there. So it's a bit of a shame. It would be nice if that would be actually something that we can see, for example, on the trade thing. Right, so the recently asked war rights has... Oh, right, the colonist. Let's go ahead and send that to help with something... Oh, actually, I think some of these provinces could utilize a bit more development. So we'll get working on that. I mean, it's going to be a lot more fur. I don't know if that's going to be sufficient amount of fur to give us the trading in fur. Probably not. We don't actually have any... Like, the only thing that we're trading is ivory. Or is the sort of leading trading. But we are trading with a lot of ivory at least, so there is that. And there we go, all the universities have been completed. Actually, if we have a look at through here, how many universities do we have? 58. Okay, well that should be a pretty good boost for the Enlightenment once that is about to fire. Of course, I don't think it can spawn in our territory directly, but we can get that in due time. I suppose in terms of construction... Oh, actually, one thing that we should do is build more ships. Because if we want to get the naval hegemon, we still need to get a lot of ships. To be fair, we can easily just build up a lot of light ships. And utilize those in trading and all that. Suppose for dissidents abroad. We can probably afford paying a little bit. Okay, our influence of our march over here has expired, but we're just going to keep on doing that. So they'll be at least somewhat capable in fighting. I do realize that there is this one, which our vassal still has a lot of claims on. They've got... they've got a decent bit of armies there on their side. I mean, they themselves probably have a pretty decent amount of troops already. Yeah, 216,000. It's something that I could probably fight, but I suppose what we should probably do is just get a bit more conscription centers. Just get a few more of these will probably allow us to get the extra troops that we kind of need. There goes all the money again. But like if we can get to like, I don't know, 300,000 men, that would already be a sufficient amount of troops to fight most of the enemies. Now we've got still pretty good amount of manpower. Flourishing Zurkanrek settlement. Sure, I'll take a free temple. So, Eden, I don't know where that is. Oh, over here. Ah, okay. Oh, it produces gems. Interesting. Now we're pretty close to getting the Maritime ID is completed. And after that is going to be saving the points for the techs again, although well, the admin points at least we're going to be saving already for the tech. We're not that far ahead of time in that. Of course, in terms of military tech, we're still 60 years ahead of time. So at least the innovation is not going to start going down. In fact, we got almost 85 innovation already. That's pretty decent amount. Alright, let's combine these into one fleet. And then I believe we are getting a lot of extra ships built in here now. A lot of which are just immediately sailing out. So they need to get all the way there. Luckily they should be able to do that fairly quickly. So that's one fleet done. Or 110 ship fleet done. We've got pretty good Republican tradition, so we could indeed re-elect our current ruler. Let's just double check the traits. Entrepreneur, okay, that's not too bad. At least elected or re-elected once. And there we go. Now we can complete the maritime ideas. And that gives us a lot more policies to potentially put in. Blockade impact on seas could be useful. Morale of navies is quite nice. Lightship costs and lightship combat ability, not necessarily needed. National sailors modify marine forces limit, probably doesn't, or we probably don't need that one either. Another merchant would allow us to maybe upgrade another center of trade. And regiment cost minus 10% is not bad, actually. You know what, I'll take that. And let's go ahead and build some more shipyards. I mean, we've still got some shipyards that we have yet to build. But most of the coastline does have shipyards already. All the coastlines that we have, most of them do have shipyards. Oh, that one's also an extra 2. So we will be able to reach the 500 ships, especially once we unlock the big shipyards, or the grand shipyard, which is going to be Tech 24, so around 1700. Then we'll be able to increase the naval force limit in such a way that we could probably have a pretty massive fleet overall. Speaking of which, though, let's go ahead and start protecting trade somewhere. Maybe a little bit in the Blue Sea. Then we got another fleet over here, which I suppose you could be projecting trade. I suppose in Godar, actually. It's the one over there, which we do not really control. That is where our rival over here has their stuff in, though. They're down to 150,000 men. 154,000 men, so overall we're actually gaining a pretty good amount. Oh, and we could increase the... We could enlist privateers. Oh. Let's improve relations, more embargo efficiency and privateer efficiency. I don't think we will do that, but that would be quite a fun thing to maybe utilize. But there's not that much privateering that we need to do, quite frankly. I'm gonna build up the fort over there for our march, and then I suppose... Oh, we don't have the... Right, we need to develop over here first. And then we can build up the fortifications in here. But there we go, that's at least going forward now. Right, so I wanted to expand our military, did I not? Another 10,000 men over here. So that's going to be another 40,000 men army. Can we... Oh wow, we could have up to 8 leaders already. Damn. That's quite a bit, actually. So where do we get that many leaders? Oh, we would have up to 10 navy leaders. Oh, force limit does give quite a bit. Right, and then there's some of the ideas and all that. Fair enough, fair enough. Still making a massive amount of cash. I mean, we've got 630 income. Internal migration of human minority. Sure. I mean, I didn't realize that we got human minorities in places, but I suppose it doesn't matter. There we go, so that's 8,000 men already in there, so we're just missing 2 more units to be built, but those might be built only after the ships. You want military access? No. Next year we can actually start the war against you. Oh, that's already... Oh, that's pretty close. Right, let's just wait for that army to be built. I suppose this one could be brought in a little bit closer. So these 2 armies are 80,000 men. We've got another one over here, which I suppose I could bring in a little bit closer at least. But we do need to start clearing out some of the land from the Federation in here, and I think once we destroy them or annex them fully, then I think that is where we will call it a victory. For this particular run, anyway. Ah, now we can build the great project over here. So, Clark, that would be more unrest, which I'm not too happy about, but the local goods produced modifier would be increasing. Manpower modifier, local defensiveness, global trade power. So, I suppose, overall, it's probably good enough. We'll have 3 great works in 1 province. That's quite a bit. But you know, since we got the money and all that. There we go, the truce has ended. We've got 1 army down south. I suppose that one doesn't need the leader. This one, on the other hand, will. So, who's down there? Widebow, okay. It'll be brought up north, so I think we'll have 1 siege down this area, then we'll have 3 armies over here working together. Another army over there, which is kind of keeping their distance, hopefully. We will have a fleet over down this way. Actually, we'll send it over there so it can blockade this. And the enemies will have to go through this area. I mean, I suppose it's only level 4 fort, so it's not the best quite yet. So we'll be building the great works pretty much non-stop, so that's kind of the problem there. Then, of course, we've got another fleet over here, which we can probably bring down there. At least bring in the galleys over there, for example. Then we can have the bigger fleet over here blockading all of this. Now the question is, do I have any claims on them? I do at least 1. And I do want to capture that one. In which case, what we're going to do is we're going to leave the galleys over here. We're going to take the transports, bring them down that way. And then we're going to have the heavy ships to go over there. We'll be spending a decent amount of sailor maintenance in here in the meanwhile, but it'll be fine. Well, and that's the first of the 2 deckers, so we are going to be getting a few more in here soon, hopefully. I suppose I could move in this army down here already, but that's going to be conquering the island over there, and that is something that we will take after this war. And it's going to be a lot of gold income, which I would not mind getting, quite frankly. Death of a merchant. You get prestige or a lot of money. I'll just take the money, quite frankly. Still got a lot of ships that we need to build. And I suppose we'll get another set of 10 ships or light ships over there, and I suppose we could also start getting some more light ships over here. Maybe a bit of heavy ships. But there's a lot of ships underway. That also means we just spend probably about 10,000 sailors. But you know, we've got plenty. Adventurers defeat bandits. Excellent. So we're getting a little bit of splendor as well, I believe. Oh, now that's 9,000 men already in there. There's still 1 more unit being built there. It's another mortar. And then that army can be assigned here as well. So once that is ready, I think that is when we can start the war. You want military access to fight Urka Gulan and Ottawa Khanzad. Alright then. Sure, I mean, that's not really my problem. Although we do want to start expanding into the mountains a bit more. Now, one thing that we do have a lot is a lot of mill points right now, so we might want to do a bit of developing. Let's go with the cost over here. That might be a bit more useful metric to utilize. Well, that gives us at least some points, and that gives us a bit more manpower to utilize. I mean, we've got already 185,000 max total. We could probably increase that even further with some more soldier households. Something like that would already be pretty decent. And we could also expand our military even further if we want to. We've got room for another 10 regiments. But I think right now it's going to be more important for us to... I'm just going to get over there. It won't be blockading the port, mind you, but it'll be... Oh. That's a lot of nations from the Empire fighting one another, wanting to go through my lands. I mean, fine, I don't realize why they'd want to get through here, but... So our troops are in position, but I think what we're going to do, we are going to start the war in the next episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, if you have it already, also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.